Alright, so what we have here is my second part of First Amendment freedom, Sixth Amendment right to choice of counsel. This is just a motion to dismiss that I filed shortly after charges were filed against me. Actually had a hearing on this just this past Wednesday. Unfortunately, I missed it. It caused me to get locked up. I actually had to bond out on this charge just Friday. I had court and another court, and for some reason or other, didn't pop up on my schedule. I wrote down the wrong date. I had down the 18th for my hearing for my motion to dismiss. Turns out it was on the 17th at 1:30. So anyways, I'll be back in court on the 24th for the omnibus date on this case, and probably reset this motion to dismiss for a hearing. Should be pretty simple, as now they're violating the double jeopardy clause of the Fifth Amendment. And they didn't prosecute me right on the charge the first time. Judge held me in contempt, charged me, prosecuted me, sentenced me, convicted me, all from the bench, all in about a minute and 30 seconds. Filed an appeal, got out on that. August 8th, they brought me a charge to file formal charges on me and try to afford me my due process rights. It's all here in the motion. You can read it. Hopefully it helps you. Hopefully the knowledge contained in it does you some good and is beneficial to the rest of the people that see this video. So there'll probably be at least one more part to this video. It looks like I still got about 40 minutes left on this interview with the investigator Gizzy, so stay tuned.
Said everything on that injunctive order. I don't know if you got a copy of that injunctive order.
Yes.
I mean, if you got a copy, I would really like for them to file the charges on me so that I can go to court and I can beat this case and it'll be record and I can get them transcripts. Because as you see with this,
That's when you filed?
Here you go. The statement not converted right into a privilege. Anything conflict with that, null and void. United States Supreme Court, 1943, 16 Juris, second edition, law, section 70. No policy of a state can be allowed to override the positive guarantees of the United States Constitution. Legislation may be asserted by unlicensed laymen during judicial proceedings. There can be no sanction or penalty imposed upon one because of his exercise of a constitutional right. And if you look at Shopper versus Board of Examiners, that's the case I cited. Right. I'm entitled to take the bar exam. And now, if you look, here it is, 16 Juris, as I said, second edition, section 97. Any constitutional provision intended to confer a benefit should liberally construed in favor of the clear intent and expressly designated beneficiary, and that is me. If you look in here, I believe I put the part of the Indiana State Constitution. I guess I didn't. But there is, State's Constitution. This is my oath. I actually took that to be certified from the Supreme Court. Article 6, Clause 2, that's the supremacy clause of the Indiana Constitution. But I mean, this is all. I understand you're just an investigator, you got a job to do, you probably got a family to feed. I do too. Unfortunately, my wife don't have a job, and now she has no income because this judge incarcerated me. But, I might not have put the... But, I don't got to state the Constitution. The judge can't plead ignorance. There is no doctrine of ignorance. You're an officer of the court.
How long have you been studying law? 10 years?
At least 10 years. Actually, longer than 10 years. I actually got pro se cases where I represented myself from probably 96 or 98, so...
You really know the law, that's for sure.
I don't like tyrannical government. This judge, what you should think about investigating, which you're not going to do it, they won't let you. You're all a member of the same club or association. How this judge, look up Article 7, Judicial, Indiana State Constitution. Unfortunately, I didn't bring mine. I didn't know what this was for, so of course I wasn't prepared. I didn't know what they was calling me down here for. But it strictly prohibits sitting judges and elected officials from the practice of law. This right here is Charles H. Grodnick's attorney member number. Tell me how he has a bar number and he's engaged in you've seen him in court practicing law. Yet he's a sitting judge. Yet he took an oath not to violate federal and state constitution. And he's doing that. He's the one that objected to me. Why would he object to me assisting my wife in her defense if he wasn't worried about it? Not only did he violate my rights by doing that, he violated my wife's rights. See, section Article 7, United States Constitution, Amendment 7, specifically it states trial in civil cases. Any civil case where there's a controversy of $20 or more, you are entitled to a jury trial. This is all I was trying to get for my wife. My wife don't even have a high school diploma.
But didn't he file for summary judgment?
There's no exception to that 7th Amendment. My wife didn't waive her right to that. She never waived her right to a jury trial. Yeah, he filed for one. Now he knows, now remember, he's not just an attorney.
Right.
Attorneys have a different oath. The oath is right there that attorneys take. He has an oath to uphold federal and state constitution. He's not just a practicing attorney, he's still a sitting judge.
No, I agree with that.
Okay? He tried to get my wife's right to a jury trial waived by filing. I know, you can look up Superior Court 1. Why didn't Roberts have a problem with me representing my wife in a lawsuit? I just won a lawsuit for summary judgment.
Now, tell me about, did you do some stuff in Soup 1 with Judge
You're right,
Roberts?
I did. You're right, I did.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I've heard of
did.
it.
Yes, I did. I am entitled to petition government for a just grievance.
But was that in conjunction with this case?
No.
Different case?
No, somebody
Okay.
stole $5,600 from me when they filed my taxes. They stole it from me and my wife. I filed a lawsuit. I won it. I got court again. If you want to see me go to court and whatever you want to call it is not practicing law, I firmly believe I don't practice law. I know the law. I'm not going to court on the 22nd of this month at 1 o'clock to practice law. I'm going to court because somebody stole $5,600 from me. I have a $5,600 judgment against them. They've yet to pay me, so I filed a motion to enforce judgment. The Superior Court 1 don't seem to have a problem with me doing that. They have, you know what, and Wicks is in violation of law for petition the prosecutor.
Do you know the cause number on that?
I have the cause number here in my cell. It's let me see, 20D01. And I filed the case in November of 09, so it would be 09-11. It would be a CT. It's Hayes versus Alvarado. You can go to the clear. It's all public record. I'm sure you're an investigator. They shouldn't give you no problem looking it up. Hayes versus Alvarado.
Okay.
So, and once again, you know, for your official record, I do not practice law. I'm not a practicing attorney. I don't represent people as a third party for profit. I do this when my rights have been violated, or my wife's rights have been violated, which if you are a Christian and you know the Bible, Mark 10:8, entwined I shall be one flesh. Just because that dude didn't put my name on that lawsuit, my wife has told them, if you have the transcripts, you'll see she's told them on 2 occasions she has no employment. They ask her who supports her, her husband. How do you think she's going to pay a judgment against him if he gets this judgment? Who's going to pay that $22,000 some debt? And then what's going to happen? I work 2 jobs to support my wife and 3 kids. I can't afford child care. I can barely afford to put food on the table for all 5 of us. Now my wife is left with no income because I'm in jail. On top of that, I got the last 2 letters she wrote me. If you like to read them, like she's stressing over money and what she's going to do to feed the kids. And why? Because I went to court to assert her rights. Don't I have a duty as a husband not only to protect my wife but to defend my wife? You know, it's not like I went in there for you and you paid me a couple $100 an hour and I'm going in there and I am practicing law for profit. You know what I mean? I'm going in there on behalf of myself. I'm not going in there on behalf of a third party.
Right.
I didn't go in there to make profit. That's my time. I took a day off of work to go there, which I was never able to return to because I was arrested.
Where were you working at the time?
Nature's Green.
Is
It's a
that
landscaping company.
Yeah. Where's that one at? Is that the one up by?
Oh, it's owned by Dave Vanderbilt, or I don't know. There's a Facebook. If you go to Facebook, you'll see all the information.
Nature's Green?
Yeah, on Facebook. I built the website for him. And the number's on there. You can call the dude. He'll tell you. I actually had his truck and all his equipment at my house when I was arrested. Because I was supposed to I was going to go to work, finish my mows, and do what I was doing when I got home from court, which I never returned home from court.
So you're basically saying that you weren't practicing law because it wasn't a third party, you were doing this for your wife. You said, I want to be accurate, and as a matter of fact, I will wait. If you want to send me some stuff, I will wait to attach it to the report so that whoever reviews it, be it Curtis or Vicky, one of those two more than likely, I'll be happy to do that.
Well, are you going to come back? Because I mean, really, I don't have that many envelopes, man. I'm already using one to file a complaint on the judge.
I'll tell you what.
Can I give something to the bailiff or the officer here and just make sure that David Gizia, investigator,
they'll send it over by courier.
I mean, I have everything right here in this injunctive order. I mean, if I just resubmit this, you know.
Well, I can attach that to the report if that's what you're asking me to do.
You know, I mean, everything's in there. All the case law is in there. Everything but the Constitution.
And you filed this injunction with federal court?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because state court is,
Right.
I served Curtis Hill a copy of it. I gave him a copy of it. I gave Charles Wicks a copy of it. And I sent a copy to the Northern District of Indiana, in which they have received it. And I had my wife call them the other day. They said they did receive it. However, they have yet to get to it. But they did say that they received it. And now they have another one coming. Now that I'm in jail, I'm hoping that they'll hear it. So, you know.
Now, when do you think you'll be out of here on the contempt charge?
The judge, what he said, 180 days, 120 days, you know.
180 for November? October, somewhere in there?
Yeah, 6 months for what? I mean, does that sound American? Does that sound like American justice? Where was my trial? Where was the right to hear the evidence against me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I have never worked a contempt case. Like, I've been an assistant for 40 years and I've never worked a contempt charge.
Oh, that's why you was there for me, huh?
I was up there in the court because of the letter and the injunction you filed.
Oh, so they knew I was going to be there again. Well,
Well, no, they didn't know for sure, but they said if he does.
Right.
I
I kind of figured that with the two officers they had there, and I just figured you as a prosecuting attorney. I seen your ID.
No, and I sure do appreciate you.
Yeah, I seen it out in the hallway. You know, I figured, you know, I used to violate the law. I don't believe in violating nobody's rights. I'm for the Constitution. It's because of the crimes that I've committed in my past why I feel the way that I do. You know, I was wrong. I violated people's rights in the past. I don't agree with it today. I didn't agree with it then. I had a drug problem. You know, it was beyond my, I mean, I can't really say it was beyond my control, but, you know.
A lot of people get.
I was lost. You know, I found God because of that. I OD'd twice. You know, I found God, and, you know, He gave me insight and knowledge to turn my life around and to start doing things different. And that's what I do today. And now I got 2 websites dedicated to helping people.
What are those 2 websites?
Self-representedlitigant.com and Layman. They're just know your rights websites. Know the law, know your rights.
Okay. Anything else you want me to cite in this?
No, go ahead.
You said earlier you want to get charged with practicing the law so you can prove your point?
Yeah, I would like for them to bring this charge against me, because then I'll sue them, and you can put in your notes too that I will sue him for malicious prosecution, I will sue him for violating his oath of office, and I will win.
Okay.
I have all the case law that states I will win. And you can also put in there that if they do file charges, let it be noted that I will request a written demand for a jury trial. I will not go to Grodnick's kangaroo court.
Okay.
But it is a B misdemeanor, and technically that's where it's supposed to be filed in Grodnick's court, which he can't hear.
He can't hear because he's a potential witness.
Yeah.
All right. Now, when is your wife supposed to go back to court?
July 3rd.
July 3rd?